The small town of Ravenswood was known for its eerie legends and ghost stories. But one story stood out among the rest, the story of the Hollow Man. According to the legend, the Hollow Man was a spirit who haunted the old abandoned mill on the outskirts of town. It was said that he had been a mill worker who had been killed in a terrible accident, and his ghost now roamed the mill seeking revenge on those who dared to enter. I had always been fascinated by the unknown and couldn't resist the urge to see the mill for myself. So, one dark and stormy night, I made my way to the mill. The old wooden structure stood tall, its windows boarded up and its door hanging off its hinges. As I entered the mill, I could feel the air growing colder and the darkness closing in. I pulled out my flashlight and shone it ahead, but the beam of light only penetrated a few feet. I could hear the sound of whispering and laughter, and I knew that I wasn't alone. I walked through the mill, my footsteps echoing through the deserted structure. I could see the outlines of old machinery and the faint traces of blood on the floor. Suddenly, I heard a loud noise coming from the back of the mill. I followed the noise, my heart pounding with fear. As I turned the corner, I came face to face with the Hollow Man. He stood there, staring at me with empty eyes, his body nothing but a shell of a man. I could feel a chill run down my spine, and I knew that I had to get out of there. I turned and ran, my footsteps echoing through the mill. I could hear the Hollow Man chasing after me, his laughter growing louder and more manic. I could feel his cold breath on the back of my neck, and I knew that I was about to die. But somehow, I managed to make it to the door and push it open. I stumbled out into the night, gasping for air. I looked back at the mill, but the Hollow Man was nowhere to be seen. I knew that he was still there, waiting for his next victim. I walked away from the mill, my heart racing and my mind reeling. I knew that I would never forget the terror that I had experienced that night. But as the days passed, strange things began to happen. Objects in my house would move on their own, and I would hear whispering in my ear, as if someone was trying to communicate with me. I couldn't shake the feeling that the Hollow Man had somehow followed me home, and that he would never truly let me go.